YouTube.
Hello.
Stephanie here, That Doesn't Define Me, VSG, coming at you for my 44-week post-op update here with my husband.
That's right.
Very excited to come to you guys tonight together to talk about getting married and our honeymoon and weight loss so far. So as always, I'm going to start off with the numbers. So you've heard this about a million times so far, but my highest weight was 445 pounds, and that was on June 4th, 2014. My surgery was on September 19th, 2014, and my surgery weight was 423 pounds. My last weigh-in that you guys heard, I was at 285 pounds. I weighed in last week when we got home from the honeymoon, and I was at 286.8 pounds. So I had gained 1.86 pounds. This is bothering me. I'm going to move this down a little bit. There we go. Sorry, guys.
I'm not even going to go into how much I gained.
Yeah, Ricky wasn't happy about his gain.
I was very happy with what I ate.
I was very happy with what we ate too, but we'll go into that in a second. But, so I had a 1.8 pound gain, which is my first real official gain of all of my weight loss, since my weight loss at all, like since June 2014. So I got down on myself a little bit, but really I thought it was going to be way worse from how we ate.
And it was.
I could have been in Ricky's situation, but I wasn't. So I went back to, before we go back to all the things we ate, I'm just going to say I went back to doing a shake for lunch, a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and eating, you know, a normal dinner, and lost 6 pounds last week. So that was amazing. So right now, as of right now, I am 280 pounds for a total loss of 165 pounds since the pre-op diet, and I couldn't be happier about that. It's awesome. So you may notice that I look a little bit different. I got my haircut, this really cute haircut, this asymmetrical haircut. I feel like it's totally me, and I'm so happy that I did it. I did it yesterday. I never would have felt comfortable enough to pull like this short of hair off before, and I really love it. I think it's really adorable and stylish, and it's a little bit funky right now from us cleaning the house and stuff, but I love it.
We've been cleaning.
We have been cleaning. We've been trying to get things organized because the house is in shambles from wedding nonsense everywhere, and from us only dealing with wedding stuff for the last
3 months.
3 months.
Hey, look, we have a free day. Let's do this.
Yeah. It's been wedding stuff nonstop. So let's talk about the wedding. Yeah. Okay. So wedding was not perfect.
It had its speed bumps.
It had its speed bumps. So to start off, the venue is sort of, the best way to describe it is that it double booked us. The venue is a venue that's like a little place that my family uses for events quite frequently. And so my mom went to the venue and asked them if she could pay for an extra day. And they said, no, don't worry about it, because she wanted us to be able to go to the venue the day before and decorate and have our rehearsal there the day before. So, you know, she went there. She was perfectly willing to pay for an extra day. And they said, no.
It's all good. We got you.
They're like, we got you. Don't worry about it.
They
We'll put you down for 2 days. You don't have to pay for an extra day. So that kind of sucked, because when we went to go and decorate the day before,
it was already decorated. Not as cute as ours, but
it was decorated.
It was other people that we don't know.
It was not our stuff at all.
Now, if it was an afternoon wedding, that's fine. This wedding didn't start till 8 at night.
No, and we were told by the venue that the wedding was from 4 to 8. Their wedding was from 4 to 8, so give them a couple hours to clean up. They'll be out of there by 11 o'clock-ish, and so we were like, okay, not a big deal. We'll stay up late. We'll get in there around 10 or 11 o'clock. We'll work for a few hours. We'll go home and get some sleep, and we'll be there for our brunch time wedding the next day. Be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom rolls up there around 8:30, 9 o'clock to go and see where they are, to see if they're cleaning up. They were just sitting down to their meal. They weren't even like in eating their meal. They were just sitting down and being served their meal. So my mom, being awesome, decides to track down the mother of the bride and asks, hey, when are you guys going to be done with the venue?
Wrap it up!
Wrap it up.
We got things to do!
And basically explained to her the situation, and they were very nice. I mean, they were probably a little irritated that, someone was interrupting their day. And, had it happened to me, I would have been understanding if somebody came and did the same thing to us, because I understand the stresses that go into a wedding. But, so they were like, oh, yeah, we should be out of here by midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom decided to drive up there at midnight, and they were still...
Party ain't stopping.
The party hadn't stopped. So our new plan
and we don't blame them.
Our new plan was my mom and our friends were going to go up there at 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody said to us, you guys need to get your sleep. You have a really big day in the morning. So family and friends are going to go up there and get everything done at 4 o'clock in the morning, spend 3 hours on it, and then start getting ready for the wedding. So that's what happened. My mom, our really good friend Kelly, and her boyfriend Billy, my Aunt Rosie, my granny, they all jumped in the car.
A lot of them got up there.
A lot of people got up there
and
busted it and decorated the venue. It was awesome. It didn't have the little touches of stuff that we would have done if we had been there, but it's the sacrifice we had to make because of everything that happened. So, I mean, everything kind of got behind schedule because, my mom got back to the house and she had to get ready, and, my mom owns a hair salon, which I believe I've said before, and so she was doing everybody's hair and makeup, and my sister was helping with the hair and makeup, and, so it was those people who were there getting the stuff ready, because my sister was there getting the venue ready. It was those people there that were getting the venue ready. They were supposed to be there to come and do our hair. So everything sort of got behind schedule, photos-wise. So we were able to do our first look pictures, which were awesome. I can't wait to get them back from the photographer.
And we almost had a crisis on that. Guess who got locked out of his room at 6:30 in the morning in his underwear? In the hotel.
Yeah, Ricky got locked out.
This guy.
Yeah, he's in his underwear, got locked out of his room at the hotel because he forgot his charger for his phone at my parents' house because we slept separately. I slept at my parents' house, he slept at his hotel.
Slept in a haunted-ass hotel.
He did.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
I slept.
So he was a little bit of a mess there, but we made it to the first look. The first look was very emotional. I saw him. He saw me. It was adorable. Do you want to comment on the first look?
It was awesome. It was tearful.
Tearful. Yeah, it was great. We had and then we got to the venue and things were a little bit crazy. Ricky's dad was not at the venue, so my mom and I'm in my wedding dress, and my mom and I have to go and find where Ricky's dad is because he's lost. He was given the wrong address.
Yeah, he was given the wrong address. It's not like him going,
No, he was given the wrong address. My mom and I have to go and drive in the car and find him. I'm in my wedding dress. They're waiting on the bride to get there. And to go drive, have him follow us to the venue. So we go do that. He was only a couple miles away. We go do that. He gets there. Finally, I get into the venue and can walk down the aisle. And I walk down the aisle to the wrong song. The DJ played the wrong song.
He was given a revised list at the last minute.
With the wrong song on it, apparently.
From neither one of us.
from neither one of us. I think there was just a mix-up between my aunt, who is a wedding planner, who was helping coordinate like the timing of everything, and I think there was a mix-up between. I don't know who had it. I don't want to place the blame, whether it was she gave him the wrong or what. I don't know, because I don't know. I never saw the list. All I know is the wrong song was played. It's okay. It was fine. It was still really beautiful, and we had a great ceremony. The ceremony was awesome. Ricky's vows were awesome. I was so happy that he didn't just say, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome, because I was really afraid.
Although there's nothing wrong with that.
And then we partied down. It was great. It was a really great day. It was exhausting, though. I never realized how stinking exhausting a wedding is. We went back to my parents' house, we're chill.
I went swimming.
We went swimming in the pool before we
The
started.
first cannonball as a married man. Kersploosh.
We opened presents. We have very generous friends and family. We are so thankful for everything that everyone gave us. We will be sending out thank you cards this week. We had an amazing honeymoon because of the generosity of our friends and family. So basically, we went and opened our presents, went on our first, instead of a ghost tour, we went on an orb tour that night in Casadega, which is the spiritualist capital. And that was really interesting. We got
Night one of the haunted honeymoon.
Okay.
I need a theremin.
You need a theremin?
Mm-hmm.
That would be really fun. We should have gotten a theremin, somewhere. That would have been really great.
YouTube!
We need a theremin. So anyways, that was the start of our haunted.
If you do it, that's awesome. Thank you. But no, please don't take it seriously.
We stayed in a haunted hotel, the Casadega Hotel. It was not anything fancy, but it was cool to start off our
haunted honeymoon. I like how we just jumped right into it.
At a haunted hotel. So then we got up in the morning. We had to clean the venue.
We ain't doing it that day.
No, we weren't doing it that day. Cleaned the venue and finally got to go on our honeymoon. So we drove to St. Augustine. St. Augustine was fabulous. We had a really great bed and breakfast that we stayed at called the Southern Wind. Southern Wind. It was awesome. We checked in there. They let us check in early. We went to an amazing restaurant called the Floridian, which is kind of hipstery. I hate to say it, but it was. Don't you think it was a little?
Yeah, it was like a modern diner.
Yeah, modern diner. It was a little hipstery.
It was good though.
It was great food. We had really great food.
I don't think we had anything bad.
No, we didn't have anything bad all week long to eat, but it definitely was challenging for a bariatric patient our week. So first things first, we started off with what is it called? My brain just went.
Fried green tomatoes.
Thank you, fried green tomatoes. So our wedding.
We're gonna go through our entire.
No. We've dubbed our wedding the haunted honeymoon. But
I thought you were gonna go fried green tomatoes.
But the name of our honeymoon is the fried green tomato honeymoon, because everywhere we went from here on out, we decided we were going to go have fried green tomatoes. But I honestly...
We didn't play it that way. We just...
No,
we're like, this is delicious.
This is
okay,
delicious.
Next place. Oh, man, fried green tomatoes. Those sound good, too. Let's get them. Okay,
yeah.
Next place. Let's get fried green tomatoes.
By the time we had fried green tomatoes,
after the third time, it was a thing. It
became a thing. But I have to say, the Floridian might possibly have had my favorite food that we had the entire trip, and that was that garlic pimento cheese spread.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, they had this platter. What was the platter called? I wish I could think of what the platter was called.
It was like a hummus platter?
No, it was called something Florida related.
It was called something. Hey,
Company's Coming for Dinner is what it was called. It was because the Company's Coming for Dinner platter, and basically it was pimento cheese and the fried green tomatoes and fried pickles, and then it had a little mason jar with all different pickled veggies inside of it, and
they were home pickled. They were great.
Yeah, home pickled, a quick pickle. They weren't overly vinegary, and homemade hummus. No, it wasn't hummus, was it? Beans.
They had black bean spread and also homemade hummus.
Oh, okay. Black bean spread and homemade hummus. And then, like, crusty bread. Frigging delicious. It was so good. And then Ricky had a, we're not going to go through everything.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was delicious. That's all you need to know.
But,
if you're in town, hit it up.
Yeah.
If you work at the Floridian, hit us up.
We love you. We love you, Floridian. We went to amazing places in St. Augustine, that's for sure. We went to the Pirate Museum. We had a carriage tour that was a haunted carriage tour. The next day we went on a haunted trolley ride and got to go through the jail at night, which is very cool. And then the next day we headed to Myrtle Beach. We got up in the morning and we headed to Myrtle Beach. And we went to Magic Quest. And do you want to talk about Magic Quest?
I was a wizard.
We were wizards. We got to be wizards. Oh, where our wands are.
My wand's right here. Your wand is right here.
We're wizards. We're wizards. We're wizards. Okay, so we got to be wizards.
Hold on, really quick, just so you see, this is a remote control on the end. When you, like, jab it, well, mine lights up.
Mine makes noise.
Somewhat.
But yeah, so we got to be wizards. You get like a quest, and you have to go all different places in this arena and do different things. And they have like video that plays and interacts with you, and it was super cool. I wish Orlando would get a Magic Quest. Hey, Magic Quest, open up in Orlando. You watching? Hi, open up in Orlando.
We want one.
We want one. We would go all the time. We would probably, if you had an annual pass, we would buy the annual pass. It was awesome.
Well, they had different sales on the hours. And, like, they had, like, oh, here's an extra 30 minutes for, like, $2. I could have racked up on the minutes, but we had one day.
We did an hour and a half, and I was a little bit pooped after the hour and a half. Because you were running up and down stairs. You were running all over this arena. We got a lot of steps in that arena, that's for sure. So then, even though we drove 6 hours to Myrtle Beach, we weren't staying in Myrtle Beach that day. We came specifically to Myrtle Beach for Magic Quest. And I will say, if you live in Myrtle Beach, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you, but from the little bit we saw, Myrtle Beach looks like a tourist trap. I'm not kidding. I have no interest to ever go to Myrtle Beach ever again.
We know, because we live in a tourist trap.
Yeah,
so
we do. We live in a tourist trap. We live in Orlando.
Shots fired.
We live in Orlando. So
Magical shots fired.
So, yeah. So then we headed to Charleston from there. So we went to Charleston, and I would say my favorite city that we went to is Charleston. I enjoyed Charleston the most. We went to a great seafood place. We stayed in a Days Inn there, and it was kind of just, a typical Days Inn. It was
we just needed a bed. And
we needed a bed because we were not at our hotel very much in Charleston. We did a lot in Charleston.
We needed a bed, a roof, and walking distance.
Yeah. We had, I would say, my favorite ghost tour of all that night. We just scheduled one on the fly, and he was awesome. The guy, I wish I knew his name, because I really don't remember, but he did an awesome tour. He was very knowledgeable. He had lived in Charleston his whole life, so he knew so much information.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
He was really, really great and told some really great stories about Charleston. I loved it. Charleston was nice and breezy, so it wasn't as hot as the next city that we went to.
Spoilers.
We went on a culinary tour the next day, and the culinary tour was amazing. Okay, I want to schedule culinary tours in every city that we go to from now on, because
we'll schedule a culinary tour for next week. What are you talking about?
Well, as a bariatric patient, it's kind of perfect because you get to taste little things, and you don't have a huge meal put in front of you. So I felt like it was perfect for me. It was perfect food amounts for me. But we went to like a barbecue place, then we went to like a low country cuisine place, we went to a steakhouse, and we went to a bakery. And everything was delicious. And there wasn't one thing I didn't like.
And they didn't rush you. It was very,
right.
Like they said about, it's going to be about 3 hours, turned to about 4.
Yeah.
It was stopped at each place, got a little bit, and they basically gave you what you were going to have.
Right.
And, like, they had it pretty much ready to go as soon as you got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here you go,
We didn't
sit
wait
down,
very
5
long.
minutes later, boom, food.
They were like, would you like to order a cocktail? So you could order a cocktail. That was extra. That wasn't included in the culinary tour price. But the culinary tour was like $65 a person, and I felt like it was so worth every single solitary penny of it. Then that night we went on another ghost tour. Again, wonderful, because that's what this was all about. Was our
Haunted honeymoon!
So then we got up in the morning and we headed to St. Augustine. Or not St. Augustine, what did I say? Savannah.
Yeah.
We headed to Savannah. So we got to Savannah and we were like, damn, Savannah is hot. Like, I got out of the car and I was like, this is the hottest place we've been.
It's like a big wall of armpit. It was just...
It was.
And not in a stinky way, just in a moisture way.
And we got to our hotel, which we stayed at a pretty posh hotel.
It was ritzy.
It was our splurge place. It was called Andes. It is by Hilton, and it is right there on, what square was that? Do you remember what square?
I don't remember the square, but it overlooked it, and
our room,
that park was jumping the entire time.
Yeah, our room overlooked the square. It was very cool. Our room was gorgeous. Like, it was really nice to stay someplace like that, like have that experience on our trip. But that was what was super nice, is like each city we stayed someplace very unique. And I wouldn't say any one of our stays was like another. But they were very nice. They let us check in early as well, because we got there at about 1 p.m. We went to the Haunted Pirate House, which is a restaurant, and it is like the oldest restaurant in the state of Georgia, I believe. And like,
it used to be a pirate pub in the 1700s.
In the 1700s, it was
and it was actually one of the places that would Shanghai you. You go in to have a drink, you get either knocked out with your drunk, or you get knocked on the back of the head. You find yourself in a secret tunnel out to the bay to China. You actually literally got Shanghai.
Oh, before we went there, we went in because we decided when we got to Savannah that we needed a spa experience, because by this point we were exhausted. Because in Charleston, we walked in one day. In Charleston, we walked 13 miles. 13 miles. It was crazy.
And you marathon runners, don't you judge us.
Don't judge us, because we're fat kids.
That's right. And we ate at every stop, so
we did
shut
eat
up.
At every stop. So
it was delicious.
Before we went on to eat, we went into this local spa. We walked down to it. They didn't have room. I got my hair done though, because I needed some relaxation. So I got my hair washed and dried and curled. And then we went to dinner, and we scheduled to come back the next day for a spa experience. So we had dinner. Dinner was awesome. We had a ghost tour. No, we did. Did we have a ghost tour?
Not that night. We went to the Escape the Room. It was a haunted.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
A haunted themed Escape the Room. If you've ever had any of those room escape games, they give you an hour to look up clues in the room to get yourself out of it, and they lock you in. But usually they have a story going along. This one was actually in an old Victorian house. Everything in it was old, Victorian-looking stuff. It was kind of cheesy. It was fun. If you like puzzle games, you like video games, this is like a live-action, hour-long video game.
Very fun.
Get yourself some friends. If you're on a bachelor party, get yourself some drinks, then go and do it. And then get killed by Brendan Fraser.
It was... Because why would Brendan Fraser kill you?
We got killed by the mummy.
Oh, because you went to the mummy one on your bachelor party. Okay.
Yep.
You only told half the story, because I don't think all of the people out there knew that you went to the mummy one on your bachelor party.
It's okay. I wanted to leave it mysterious.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I was killed by Brendan Fraser.
From the mummy. Anyway, so
See no man's a jerk.
went to Pirate House. The next day we had our wonderful spa experience at Milan Spa, and we got massages, and that was great.
I got a full rub down. It was great.
We got a full rub down, and
my feet were dead.
Our feet were dead, but it was wonderful. It was really wonderful. So we went there, and then we went to Paula Deen's. Can I tell you how delicious Paula Deen's was?
I had the butter.
There was no butter. We did not have the butter. Paula Deen's was awesome. I had I'm embarrassed to say it because I really shouldn't have ate it, but I did. But I didn't even eat half.
Judge me.
I had a salmon BLT sandwich, and it was delicious. And they call them jelly roll fries, and basically they're like sliced red skin potatoes that they beer batter and then fry. Delicious. And Ricky got the buffet.
And I didn't even do it justice, but I had the fried chicken, I had the mashed potatoes, I had the green beans, I had some country cooking.
All of the country cooking.
Made me good looking.
So good. And her biscuits are amazing. Paula Deen's biscuits are amazing. They're so good. And the hoe cakes. Oh, hoe cakes. Deliciousness. So we really splurged. We really did. We really went, maybe you could say we went overboard on the food.
Nope, I will not. We went
overboard?
on the correct board.
We went on the correct board. Then that evening we went to dinner with some people that I know that live in Savannah to this Italian place, Garibaldi's.
That place was ritzy.
It was.
But
it was delicious. Ricky got served an entire fish, and he was like, "Whoa! I didn't know I was getting a whole fish."
They had a flounder, and they actually brought out the full flounder.
The full flounder, head,
tail,
everything. It was really cool. It was a really great experience. And then we had our final ghost tour of the Haunted Honeymoon. And I would love to report that was the best ghost tour, but it was terrible.
I wouldn't say terrible. It was sweaty.
It was sweaty.
And there was a jerk college student who threw stuff at our group.
Oh yeah, that was really shitty. I totally forgot about that. And we were at the creepiest house of all.
Yeah, we were at the really scary. The guide was like, "Listen, I really don't like coming here," which doesn't make sense because he goes there every night. But that's neither here nor there. Jerks come flying around the corner and huck magazines.
But we literally had to peel our clothing off of us when we got home because that's how hot and humid Savannah is. We were like dripping with sweat. My jeans were soaked through with sweat. It was insane how hot it was that night in Savannah.
And this is at 11 at night. We got there 10:30. It starts at 11. Went till like 1. We didn't get back to the hotel until about 1:30, 1:45. Why is it that hot in the middle of the night?
Crazy.
Answer me!
Okay, we need to wrap it up because we're getting almost to 30 minutes. And
we are.
A 30-minute video, but we're going to end up with a 30-minute video. So, we
Deal with it.
We drive home. I get to take it on the way home. We get to my parents' house, and, we had a rental car. We returned the rental car. We get to my parents' house. I have, like, a torn tire, and we can't go home. We can't go home. We have to spend the night at my parents' house. We were dying to go home, and our plan was to go to a water park on Sunday and relax on the lazy river and be lazy, but we couldn't do that.
Instead, I sat around their house, and I was lazy there. So.
Yeah, we went in their pool. We made the best of it. We went in their pool. We got tires on the car the next day, and we headed home on Sunday, and it was wonderful. We had an amazing honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great first week of marriage, and last week was a great first week of back to work after the wedding.
I will say I lost 5 of the pounds that I gained.
That's good, and I lost 6 pounds total, so I lost the pounds that I gained, and I lost more. So, otherwise, we are very happy. We are in newlywed bliss. We look at each other and giggle and say,
"Well, I'm going to have the wedge salad, and you're going to have the mussels, and we're going to split the skirt steak." Shout out to you, Bob. You are a champion.
There was a crazy couple that we saw that was 51 years married, and we saw ourselves 51 years in the future, for sure. So that's
Bob was a defeated man.
Bob was a defeated man. Hopefully that's not us 51 years in the future. But we did have a wonderful, wonderful honeymoon, and I'm glad we're getting ourselves back on track now, and we're ready to get back to married life, and, well, start our married life, not back to, back to our
normal life.
Back to our normal life, and I think that we're adorable right now. We look at each other, and I'm like, you're my husband. And he's like,
that's my wifey poo.
So we're very excited to be happy, and now it's doing stuff for my sister's wedding. So it's my sister's wedding, and we're super excited. But if you want to see pictures of the wedding, you can head over to my Instagram, which is Fat Doesn't Define Me, or you can head over to my Facebook page. I posted a few there, but there's much more on Instagram. Fat Doesn't Define Me, both places. So hit me up.
We also need to put it on our wedding site.
Yes, there will be pictures posted on the wedding site. Maybe next video I will have wedding pictures posted there, and I can let you know stuff for that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye for now.
Catch you on the flip-flop. Bye, Internet.